Welcome. Thank you for tuning back in and listening. Pleasure. Sorry for the little delay. I forgot that we was coming back on the 9. Was running around, got caught up at the last. Coming back on the 8 tonight instead of the regular 9. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. We live and we'll kick off this episode today. Like we always say at this time, please like, click, subscribe, and share our video. And we'll tune up and load up and get ready to kick it off. I know we've been busy. Listen, I address that once we get everybody on and we get to the topics. Once again, so I ain't gonna hold you up. We are live, and I'm about to introduce my two main co-hosts, and we're gonna chop it up this week. So, like I said, always go ahead, click, like, subscribe, share our link for this episode. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce the first man up. Y'all, please welcome to the stage. Y'all already know my main man, Mike V.
What up?
Okay. So I added you to the stage. Okay, there you go. What's going on?
I can't call it, bro. I can't call it.
You got another phone. It's like you got another phone you added up here too.
Yeah.
Got the mute one now. While we get Mike right, y'all welcome to the stage. Marty Ma to the stage. Y'all welcome Marty to the stage.
Peace. How y'all feeling, man?
What's going on, cuz?
Chilling, man. Glad to be back.
Joints loaded up. Yeah, man. Listen, I wanted to go live when we was in Florida, but I'm glad we didn't because I had a whole lot going on. But it could have been a good, cool episode.
Yeah, everything happened for a reason,
Mike
man.
Ready. Yeah, Mike back. Mike, I added you back. I don't know. Yo. Mike.
Yeah. I had to switch. That's my fault. That's my fault.
It's all good.
Fellas.
Yeah,
hey,
man,
what up, Mike?
Long overdue.
What up with you?
Also, listen, everybody that's watching, man, I know we've been down for a while, and that's on me, man. I take full responsibility. I've been having so much going on and ripping and running, so I ain't been able to take care of some things. Like I said, my team had to travel down to Florida. It was kind of hectic getting that together. Then I was under the weather. Then we had some situations with some, it's a lot of stuff going on, personal issues and things. But we back, and we gonna kick it off. So this night right here, we just was gonna chop it up just about random topics and enjoy the people. Yeah, I see you, Kira. So we're gonna chop it up, just talk about random things. And a lot of people, I just put a post out to get a filler about. I asked the church people about the church topic, and it wasn't. I didn't state my opinion on it yet, but I just asked the church people. You know what I'm saying about the church topic. And we got another guest. We're gonna welcome to the stage. This is my man, Mike. You might remember him. Some of y'all, welcome to the stage, my man JT.
What's going on, big
bro? What up?
Nothing much, man. Just getting off the work,
peace. Man. Yeah, bro.
What up, Ace?
But listen, I want to say this, man, and I know because I know I had heard it from some cousins and certain things. Like this, a podcast I started just to have a voice for people to talk about any and everything. Like shit, some topics on here I really ain't huge on, and I just do it because that's what the people want to do. So some of my cousins get mad because we talking about this, we talking about that. It ain't gonna be about sports all the time. It ain't gonna be about religion all the time. It ain't gonna be about politics. We gonna jump all around. Shit, one show we might talk about it all. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I say this is not your traditional podcast. This is what we do here. So with that said, we're gonna kick it straight off into let's start off with that church video, man. First of all, when we talk about that, let's not be in our feelings, because a lot of the comments I'm seeing, you starting off in your feelings before you even address the situation. You know what I'm saying? So
no, that's who we as a people are though. That's who
well,
we like
that's so from the
as a
get-go, that's
people.
why we wrong though. Because everybody wanted to be.
Shit. I ain't say that's a whole different
Hold on,
topic.
y'all. I'm trying to get my sound into my headphones. Hold on. I'm here with
Okay.
y'all, but give me 1 second.
Yeah, no question.
But the reality is, like, that's who our people are. Like, we don't even have all the information. We'll automatically, it make us feel some type of way. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna run with it. And even when we get the facts and find out we wrong, how we felt still gonna dominate our point of view.
And here's what I said, and what I asked, hey man, let the church say amen. Listen. That's right. Listen. So she said, talk about what you want to talk. Here's how I said. So I kept hearing, it's crazy because I was scrolling past the video and not clicking on it because I seen so many people showing it. So I'm just thinking, this is one of the regular church disc videos or whatever. So I finally clicked on it after hearing everything, right? So I said, well, let me see. So from what I seen, I don't know where people come up and say he made her do this and he did that. From the video that I seen, now I only seen one. There was another one I missed. Let me know. The video I seen, it started off with him saying, sister, I don't remember the name, sister so-and-so daughter, want to come and dress the church. So sister so-and-so daughter come up and dress the church. And then he started off funny because he told her, yeah, you come on in the middle, but don't touch the table. You know what I'm saying? So he very strict on what he owed. Now, where in that first 15 seconds did he make her get up there, or he publicly embarrassed her? She wanted to come up there. And then the first thing she said was, I want to confess my sins and I'm pregnant out of, blah, 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 the whole nine. She wanted to get up there and confess and say why she wasn't doing what she's supposed to do. You know what I mean? So, and so then it goes on to that. So she say what she say. Then he goes into, yeah, you don't. And if you into that church, the book and all that, he say, don't wait 3 or 4 days to repent for your sins. You do it immediately to repent. Don't wait for the repent. You should have done that already. Then he goes into, if you have a baby out of wedlock, we don't celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? You don't supposed to have a baby out of wedlock, blah, blah, blah. Then he goes and saying, we're not going to give you a baby shower. Shouldn't be no baby shower. Then he say, your mother shouldn't give you a baby shower because she's celebrating birth out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Now, according to y'all book or whatever you believe, is that in the book what he's saying? Is that in the book?
Yep.
So because he didn't do the way you like him to deliver it is the problem. But that man, number one goal is your pastor. If I'm correct, just for me knowing, and I ain't religious or none of that, I don't know what I believe, what I'm trying to do. But from what y'all say the pastor job is to lead that flock according to the word, because he got to answer to God that he stay strict to that word. And they say the true gospel gonna sting and it's gonna hurt.
Yep.
So the people of the world, I'm not gonna listen to people that love to just sleep around and fuck around all the time. Of course, you ain't gonna agree with what he said about having babies out of wedlock, because right after you finish saying that, you want to fuck somebody and then fuck somebody later. So you ain't gonna agree with nothing he's saying. So let's make it make sense. So that's why I say, my church people, what's your opinion on what he said wrong? Was his delivery? What he said? Because if what he said is in your book and you're a part of that congregation and you're supposed to believe and follow what he's saying in that book, where he wrong at? That's all I ask. I ain't get to my opinion on none of that yet. But go ahead, yo. I know I'm talking a lot.
Oh no, you good. That was a good warm up. And like, I'm on the same thing. I feel like anybody that's outside of their congregation really doesn't have enough to weigh in on the factual side. Like emotionally, if a person may have experienced something like that in their childhood and it brought back how they felt, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
get it. That's cool. That's off the emotional side. But like factually and
True
spiritually, man,
commentary.
that's the head. That's the head of his household. That's the head of that congregation, man. Like that's not
Yeah,
really our business. That's not our place. Like, and then when the mother weighed in, like
Right.
we straight, that was enough to like tell everybody to fall back, man. That's the
yeah,
family. That's their church. It looked kind of crazy, but that's the old school, man. Like I see an
Right.
elder, right, and he's standing on principle, man.
Yep.
Teenagers having babies ain't never been cool. My mother was teenage when she had me. It wasn't cool in 75. It shouldn't be cool
Right.
in 25. You see what I'm saying? And it's
exactly.
like man, we
And they're
can't
gonna say,
glorify the
and people
wrong
say,
shit, man.
"Oh, in this day and time, you gotta adapt, you gotta change." No, listen, bro. Going back to that book again, he never supposed to adapt and change with the world. He always supposed to be different. You supposed to know a difference from a church person to a person in the world, from according to what
Right.
they say and what they believe. Now that ain't no different than when I see a Muslim or whatever, and they got the kufi or they got the whatever on. They're different. They don't supposed to
Mm-hmm.
look the same, be the same, act the same. So they're different. It's a different religion, different thing. So they're never supposed to blend in. You know what I'm saying? They're never supposed to adapt
No.
to what the world is doing. So what is we really saying is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pick an argument that makes sense to start it. You wrong from it. Then they go in and say, oh, how you know he say something that, bro, we ain't worried about what could have happened. We only can address what we see.
Yeah.
Okay, so JT, if you want to go, I'll let you go because you
Oh,
the
go
guest
ahead.
and shit.
Oh,
Uh,
go ahead, go ahead, Mike. I'll go after you because Big G already done ran it down how I was going to say it. Like we dibbling and dabbling in other people business at this point.
so
Eh,
so
You
first,
know.
let me say, like Rob, when you put your post up, I hadn't seen the video at all. I didn't even know nothing about it. All I knew
Yeah.
was what people were posting about it, right? So my
Mm-hmm.
response was based off that. And you know, like Marty, you kind of hit it on the head. Like when I was listening to what people were saying, like it
Mm-hmm.
took me back to a place where, like Rob, you already know, bro used to be fucking ridiculous sometime with that shit. And after y'all
Yeah.
left, like it was a couple times where, like it got out of hand for me. Like I'm never gonna disrespect dude, but like I was kind of like I gotta stay away from you. But
Yeah.
then I saw the video, right? And I was like, well, he ain't saying nothing wrong. Cause like for me, and this gonna be like kind of a crazy little tangent, but it ain't. Like I've been saying shit like I don't know how we let them keep 16 and pregnant on TV and shit. Cause it's like to me, it's like you glorifying teenage pregnancy. Oh my
Me
God,
too.
MTV gonna pay these people. This 16-year-old gonna have a navigator truck and shit. So kids gonna think like it ain't as hard as it really is to be a teenage parent. And I've been saying that for
Mm.
30 years. Like like we keep talking about how like we gotta teach our kids to use condoms and we let people talk to like about sex to our teenage kids like it's random and it's in every single thing on TV and shit. But I came up in the era where all the adults told us was abstinence. Period. It
See,
won't no
Right.
that's a
use
whole nother
condoms.
subject
It
to me
won't.
too, bro. Because now you know in school they taking away the chance for me to talk when I decide. Okay, you already telling you gonna talk to my kid about sex when you feel you want to talk to my kid about sex.
Facts.
Now you talking about my kid with the same sex shit when that's my choice and when I want to deal with my kid about that shit. Don't come push
Facts.
your excuse me, whether you agree or don't agree. Don't come my son coming home and you don't push a bunch of gay images on him because you think it's cool to do. Fuck no, motherfucker. I dress my kids how I want to dress them. I raise them the way I want to raise them. If you good with the Fruity Loop shit, keep that over there to your personal business. This is not what you are doing with my kids. How the fuck
Right.
8, 9 year olds coming home and you talking about Tim and John married and John got a bump in his stomach with a baby? Like, come on, man. That foolish ass. But my bad going off subject, but yeah, man, but you allow them to get away with this type of shit because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But what about the people that don't agree with that? Give them the same respect that you want. We got to meet somewhere. Either you stay for something or you go for everything.
And so,
well,
and I'm just gonna close out. Like, so for me, when I actually watched the video and shit, like that's like we can't say it no better. That's them people business. And for a group of people who don't want people in their business, man, why y'all always in my business? We damn sure stay in everybody else's business.
Yeah.
That joke got ugly fast, man. That shit was damn like a witch hunt. That shit just took off like, god damn, like as soon as it broke, and that shit is all across the fucking country. And
I'm in Columbus, Ohio right now. They're up here talking about it. Right, we was at the job talking about it and everything.
That shit out of Detroit, that shit everywhere, man. And then the people ran up in the service and shit. I'm like, come on, man.
I saw that the Black Lives Matter black people ran up into the church, right?
Man, he came out of that joint real good, man.
You just wanted to
get some views.
I'm about to put a comment out. But you just wanted to be the first to react, the first to be on the scene. What was your purpose? You went in there and you asked, are you the pastor that shamed the young lady? Okay, what was next? What was next? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? You did that, then I'm waiting to see what's next. What's your point? What's your view? What we getting to? What, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? I don't see nothing behind that. So to me, it's just like that shit was just done just to, I don't know, man. That movie right there just seemed clownish. Like that was attention seeking. I'm gonna jump on the hot wave and be
emotional.
A lot of this attention seeking behavior. It happened because you could go to jail for punching people in the face. Like when we was young niggas, Rob, tell the truth. If that man would have walked in 13, 23, 25th.
Oh, yeah,
if he would have walked in there, man, that man would have got beat the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying, man. He came out good.
Beat that nigga up.
Yeah.
So listen,
I'm came to a service, man. Like that was crazy.
She said, all right, let's go back to this. She said her church pretty much did the same thing to her. You know what I'm saying? And then she say it's kind of in the book about the no celebration of sin and the baby and all that is here, so they're gonna celebrate it. I dig it. You know, the child not gonna be treated no different, but it's like a thin line. But I understand what the pastor's saying if it's in the book. I don't know the scripture told it, but if it's saying, it's like you condoning the sin, you celebrating the sin. Because if you do something that don't supposed to be done and not celebrated, then that's the same. I'm gonna use the nigga word. That's the same way you niggas celebrate these murderers, killers, and everything else that come home from jail, but don't celebrate these niggas coming home that went to college and did everything to better themselves and coming back try to better the community. They can't get a meal or outfit or nothing, but the nigga coming home from jail that killed 40 niggas and did all this, you gonna buy him $1,000 worth of shirt, jewelries, and everything else. So,
but even on like a everyday level, we're not gonna buy the kids everything they want for Christmas if they've been fucking up all year long. We're not gonna celebrate bad behavior, period. So hold
on. I don't mean to cut you off, Marty. Who is we? Who the hell is we? Because black people do that shit all the time. Your son failing like a son bitch. He got all the Jordans, and he got a PS5, and he got a VR. And like, because we so worried about people calling us bad parents if it don't look like you parenting. You don't like one of the things I always talk about is you don't know how good of a parent you are till them motherfuckers turn into adults, fam. Like you can try, you can do all that crazy shit you want to. You don't know until they turn into adults. Because what if you gave them everything and you kept a roof over their head, but you ain't teach them decision making skills, and then when they get out in the world, they fucking fall on their face all the time because you didn't prepare them for the real world. How good of a
Right.
parent were you? You feel what I'm
Nah,
saying?
Right.
Like,
And then at some point, bro, you could do the best thing smoking,
and that
it's
kid gonna be
sometimes
that kid.
they still gotta make their own decisions, their own
Fact.
path. Some parents are
Right.
pure shit, and their kids the best citizen kids in the world. So
Fact.
sometimes it's listen, no thing is going to be the same all the time. So
Right.
Right.
you know, man. We and some here's the key thing that I say, and this word comes back to a lot of shit dealing with our people. It's accountability, man. Nobody want accountability for nothing.
Right.
But
It's
nothing.
always when I fuck up, brush my shit under the rug. But when somebody else fuck up, I'm gonna point the finger, I'm gonna be loud, and I'm gonna hold them accountable. No, start with your fucking self first.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't address
Right.
nobody else if you can't address and be real with yourself.
Yeah. Then
We all
I
got
was looking.
flaws. We all done fucked up. We even like Kira was saying something earlier today about healing, and she was just like, you know, you're not healed. Healing is I may say it wrong because I was driving on the way home. You know, it's a process. You're still healing. It's a long process. So, and I lost my train of thought that quick, but people don't understand, man. Growth, healing. We all dealing with stuff. We all seeing. Even as we get better in life, we still gonna fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the process. Nobody was perfect. And if you believe in that book, the book said Jesus' flesh got weak when he was here. And if he was the best thing smoking and his flesh got weak, then what you expect me to do?
And we see how that ended.
Right.
He did everything he possibly could do. He was the best, and it still ended bad. So I don't even try to be perfect, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that church joint was
Right.
It's
Here
not.
it
It
is.
shot a
Healing
lot
is
of
a
light
forever
though.
process.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
it is.
And it
is.
And like one of the things is like we gotta stop telling people they gotta get over it. Like
Right.
you don't know what affect people and how it affect people.
How
So
long
for
it takes me to get it right?
like and it's crazy because like we had a mentee, right? And like his father got killed when he was like 10. He like 14, 15 now, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like when his mom first called us, like she was like, "Well, I want y'all to talk to him, and I don't want to hear nothing about he's still grieving over his pop." Now, here's the thing: before she said that to us, she told us that she not over his pop yet. You a grown person that ain't through the process, and you saying this 14 like that man was just a man to you. He might have been a great man, but he was just like he was an everyday father. They like superheroes in today's world.
Yeah.
Everyday fathers is like superheroes.
Yeah.
He was a
Yes.
Listen,
superhero to
man,
that
a
kid,
father
but he
that
don't
just
get
is
the
present and do a little is a superhero. So imagine what a dad that's full blown is like. You know what I'm saying?
fact.
Everything.
And I say
Yeah.
this,
Right.
and we had this talk on here, and you used the right word, Mike, because for years I always try to figure out, man, who my favorite superhero character. And I said this, and I got to call my pops. It took me to be in my 20s to be like, damn, my fucking superhero is JoJo.
What the fuck? And it ain't even for
That
like
dude.
when
Yeah.
it come to my
Yeah,
pop.
like my dad, like if you know that nigga, like you know what I'm saying, like everything I could ever wanted in a man. He's my counselor, my best friend, my pastor, my homeboy, my nigga that's gonna straighten me and be stern on me. Like he don't get you at all. Like at the end of the day, and I done seen him do it all for the community, even before he got in the church. Since we was little, Boy Scouts. This is always. If you knew my house growing up, it was always a bunch of kids, or whether it was cousins, shit, Mike, Joe, Gene, Machi, Gun, you know, this on the regular. You know what I'm saying?
We used to flip on the mattress right next to your crib with Dunmore and all of us.
Exactly. So, you know,
your crib was a spot.
I'm steady looking out, and he'll be like, dang, what the boys eat? I'd be like, I don't know, they hungry. We just came from the pool. And take this $20, man, go get $10 of bologna cut up thin. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be the best meal, but we gonna eat and some chips.
And ain't nobody gonna be hungry.
Ain't it, man? That's why. Look, and see, talk about pops. Here come Joe. Joe said, man, I tell everybody, JoJo my pops. So, you know, it took for that to realize, and it's just like, damn, Pop's my superhero, bro. Like, nobody can tell me. I don't give a fuck what somebody come up, what dirt they got, whatever, what he did. Yeah, okay, he might have done that. But for that shit, I got a million other things that out trump that
Yeah.
dirt he got. Like, it's nothing you can tell me. I done seen it. And I done seen dudes try to get over to in my eyes, I'm telling him different shit, and he just break it down in school to me. That's my superhero. So when you spoke on that superhero, that shit just hit home when you said, bro.
Yeah.
No, facts. And like my take is like that because, like, you know, mine was a little bit different with my pop.
Mhm.
I didn't really recognize what he was. You say, like you said, the 20s. I started having kids, and like
Ain't it, man?
to see
She
what a
said
man
black
got to
women.
go through, and I don't mean to get off on this tangent, but to see what
Yeah.
a man got to go through when he would have, like he in a situation where it's not the best with his woman, but he got kids. Like my nigga was just a fucking like he won't gonna leave us. Like in a era where men, soon as that woman did anything they ain't like, men hauled ass. Like even when my mama forced him to leave, he moved down the street, and that nigga was damn near home. Well, my pop was damn near homeless because he was taking care of his mama and my mama and the household, like the family that he built. He won't go not take care of it, even at his own detriment. Like to see what it take to be a real father. Like hell no. Like it
Small
he
plug while we on here too, man, before she get off, Mike. Mike, this you see in the comments, Bakura Shabazz, she do a lot of stuff, and I know y'all do a lot of great stuff with the youth. I just want to people that move in the right path. I don't know how y'all do, you know, just introducing y'all so y'all cool. Kira Mike got a lot of stuff he do with the youth, with the detention, and with the detention, and a lot of stuff with the at-risk youth and stuff like that. So, and I know you like the deal to be hands-on, so I just introduce y'all. What up, good people's everybody? You know what I'm saying?
what up?
Mhm.
But yeah, man, the church joint just was a little, you know, just something I wanted to talk about. Like, so many people was quick to jump on without even digesting what was being said. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
This man
That
is
came from
speaking on what their beliefs are, and you guys are telling him he wrong. How you wrong if you don't even know what they, you know what I'm saying? But if Farrakhan would have did some shit like that because all y'all respect the Muslim because it's heavily in the jail shit, y'all wouldn't have shit to say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Well, my opinion was this: they was trying to defend themselves through that situation. That's what I was seeing. That's what I was seeing from it. You know what I mean? Because you talking
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a teenage, you talking from a teen parent yourself. You know what I mean? I had my first one when I was 16, 17 years old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Me and the baby mama. You know what I mean? So, you know, I can see where that touches a nerve, touches a nerve and stuff like that. But like we were saying earlier, right is right and wrong is wrong. You know, especially
Accountability, baby.
right, especially they're amongst a community in which they chose to be a part. You know what I mean? It's not like they're forced into it or anything like that. And like Dee Dee said, because I know the mama. You know what I mean? Like Dee Dee said, like her daughter went up there, and you know what I mean. That was on her
Yeah.
own and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, I just think people was a mirror was put in front of people. I think that put a big mirror in front of people, and people were starting to double. You know, look, thinking back and looking at what they own wrong mistakes and stuff like that. You know.
And then there's also this uh internet Cure jumped on. I'm about to add her to the joint. But there's also while I'm add her on, I'm gonna say what I was about to say. Then there's also y'all welcome Cure. There's also
Hello.
this internet process. What's going on, baby girl? But there's
Mhm.
also this internet train that we are part of, this new technology.
God damn it!
It gives the cowards the biggest voice in the world. Back in the days, these cowards behind these keyboards and these phones wouldn't say shit because they would have had to come out in person to say these things. Now they could be at home in their drawers and they the toughest, most whatever they want to be behind that app. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes time to man up and be face to face, they disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one of the things I wanted to touch on. Like I said this 20 years ago too. Everybody, like everything ain't supposed to be recorded for everybody to see. Like
Exactly.
that was supposed to have been something that happened in their church for them people. It
Hmm.
wasn't supposed to be broadcast for everybody to look at because that's their own style. They go whether they
Exactly.
traditional or go against traditional, whatever. That's how
Hmm.
they operate. The people who follow that preacher
A
follow
part of
him.
their
So a bunch of people who have no understanding of what we do here just, oh my God, I seen a 5 minute clip. Let me talk about their whole life based off what I seen in 5 minutes. That's crazy.
it's the
But
Crazy.
most dumbest shit in the world, and then you make up a story to go along with it. Like, you, look at most of the comments. Most people are saying, "Oh, so before he did this, he did." Where you get that from? Where did it come
let
from? And
he
then
without
here's
seeing
the
past the
situation.
first stone.
Y'all bust up in that man church every time he going in the building. Now, what if they turn that same energy and bust up in your place every time you doing something? Now you gonna have an issue. Keep that same energy. What happened when these white folks do shit that we need to bust up in their place? We ain't got no motherfucking spine in our back.
Man,
Bust up
goddamn it.
in their
Man,
place. We can't come
I
together
said
to
the
put them.
same
We
thing.
can't put them on blast that fast. Shit, we waiting on years for you to address certain shit that need to be addressed. You ain't address a motherfucking thing. So you know what I'm saying? Like, stop
Oh
doing
my
shit for
God.
clout and just to be a part of shit. This why, and I say, I don't mind who come on here or talk to here, but certain shit I won't talk to certain people about. And even myself, I drag my foot up, procrastinate, but I ain't just with doing shit just to be doing it or just to saying it for life. If I say I'm gonna get out here and we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. Man, sometimes it may don't happen, and shit happens. But I ain't saying just to gain no clout and just to take pictures or to be a part of shit for attention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The tension, they say money is the root of all evil. Man, attention got that shit beat by far. Niggas would do
Bruh.
So,
anything for
I don't
attention.
know. I don't
if
know
I
if
Keyword,
it
can
got.
interject
niggas.
a little bit, folks,
Come on, yeah, catch it on.
it's
Let's
it's
rock.
the love of money. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. The Bible
And
Yeah,
says that money solveth all things, and
I'm
for the
gonna
most
slide
part,
in.
it does. But what is interesting is the point that you all are making about who asked y'all. Who asked you your opinion?
Right.
But when we do ask folks opinions about things, folks radio silent. It's cricket. It's a lot of issues out here that folks are asking, begging people to be a part of and to help support. And what we get, folks act like they be just like this, hoping you don't see them. Hoping you don't see them.
now you gotta do one
Hmm.
better through the church finger. The one with
The,
get the
the
one
church,
finger up.
I'm going to the bathroom. They ain't even going to the
Yeah,
bathroom. They're going out the church. They're going out.
yeah.
And it boggles me as a person who have been advocating in our community for 27 years. I've been out here. And when it came time for when we had a young man, and I'll never forget it, by the name of Antonio Biggs, that I was advocating for some years ago. He was being convicted on a false rape charge, and we were very open about this case and what happened, how he was getting railroaded. Antonio Biggs is from Newport News, Virginia, right? And so
Hmm.
we did all of this work and asked the community, and we didn't ask the community to blind support. We gave all the evidence. We even went out and walked the path so folks can see it. It was a very open case. Who showed up? And we were asking. You know what I'm saying? We was asking folks. Nobody showed up. The same thing with Earlia. The same thing with Hassan.
Hmm.
Why, when we ask for your opinion, you don't give it? And why, when it's not solicited, you all in somebody else's business? Mind your business. And when folks
Right.
ask you for it, then show up. But that's not what we doing. And it
We
was
like
also interesting
negativity,
because
baby.
people was like, "Oh, I'll give her a." They said, "Oh, we'll throw her a baby shower." Well, why don't you help the people that have these fundraisers out here that's been asking for these babies to be able to get to their football camp, asking for these babies to be
Right.
able to get to after school tutoring when folks is asking you to donate to something that we need you to donate to. You ain't got $1. You act like, "Oh, I
Right.
can't do that," or "I don't see it." Where that at?
Right.
Oh shit! But
Right.
y'all forgot a baby shower is turn up time. Like you give black people any reason to turn up, they gonna
Right.
turn up.
Right.
Man, it don't matter what it is. Oh shit, y'all say we throwing a party. What's the cause? Like we'll find out what the cause is as we walking through the door and shit. It's just party time. It's
There's
It's
just
gonna
party
be
I know
time.
you
there's
wanted
gonna
to
be
say something. You was waiting to say something. Go ahead, Marty, real quick.
Oh no, I was going back to the love of money. But like the Bible does say that it's the love of money, right? But my personal belief, it's the lack of money. The lack of money make us do all the shit that we do, not having it.
That's why the Bible says that money is money solveth all things. It does say that. It does say money solveth all things. That is that lack that you talk about.
It's the lack, yeah. And it's like,
Mhm.
you know, the money thing, it's a necessary evil, but it's in context. Like as a person who had a lot, didn't have any, had it, like money is just a medium, man, and it don't
Hey, it's my
really
man
solve
Bane.
the
My
problem.
man Bane saying in Batman, some evil is necessary.
Listen, let me
You gotta balance this shit
listen.
out, man.
Listen,
You
I'm
gotta
trying
balance
to
it
tell
out.
you. You know, we had a conversation. Yes, so my heroine is Winnie Mandela. And for anybody who knows Winnie Mandela's story, anybody could get it. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you was 8,
Mhm.
88, 98, if you was an enemy to the cause, you could get it. You could get this work.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. And I understand the significance of that when it comes to nation building and the state of the Black Union, right? And I believe that. You know what I'm saying? If it is a threat to our existence, it must be annihilated. Period.
True. Period.
man.
Come on with
Yeah.
Mike. I'm choking, so I'm getting my water together before I get to going.
Nothing. She talking my line. You know. That's my language right there. That's my language.
Yeah.
Go get them. Go get them. I ain't
Yeah.
waiting for you. I ain't waiting for you to make the wrong move. I know you the enemy of the state. I'm coming to get your ass. Coming
Got
to
to
get your
go.
ass right now.
At some point, all that marching and shit got to go out the window. This time they got them to load up and go to war.
Fact. I don't
Yep.
want to. I don't want to march. I don't want to
Some
march. I don't want to
How long we
stand
been
on.
marching?
I don't want to stand on the interstate and
Too
stop
damn
traffic.
long.
I want to rumble. I want to
sometimes
rumble.
No.
sometimes we need Martin, sometimes we need Malcolm.
Yeah, we can do both. Sometimes we can have both
And
of them at the
sometimes
same
we got to
damn
create
time.
another motherfucking demon that goddamn handle them demons we going against. Shit, sometimes they ain't go far enough.
man.
Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
for
It's all on how
the
you see
record,
it, man. You know what I mean?
and for the record, I'm a Nat Turner fan myself. Like Martin and Malcolm, cool. I'm a Nat Turner. Like if I
We
died
paid no
for the
games with
cause, fighting for the
motherfuckers.
cause, I died like, but I'm gonna fight for the cause. That's just the reality to it. Whatever come from it, come from it. I'm kind of a Nat Turner guy myself.
Like, I got a question for y'all. So you saw how this thing went viral, and there's things in our community that need attention. Why does those things not go viral?
Because
Negativity, man. How negative is it? That
Well,
whole
I would say
Right.
that
that
whole post, that whole
so-
post, you could pick out 10 different things to be negative about. Some things may be one, like for instance, the Richmond shit. I just found out about this today. Richmond ain't got no water. I ain't heard. How come
Yeah.
that shit ain't all over the place? You know what
Y'all,
I'm saying?
are y'all,
So it is.
are y'all,
It
are
is.
y'all,
And they
are
got
y'all
the
snowed in
water
down
was
there?
restored at 5:30, but
Nah,
they
we
can't
not
drink
snowed in.
it.
They got a
They
We
boy.
can't
snow-
drink it for another 16
We snowed
hours.
in.
But you know, I think it's because of the work, right? Anytime you start talking about work, folks are not trying to do no work. Like this advocacy, it is work. If somebody, you know, they keep talking about these grants and stuff like that. This stuff is, if they're doing it right, it's hard. It is hard. This man, listen.
But
It's work.
anything that's worth doing is hard. Like even when it come
Yeah.
down to the basic shit, like I tell my kids, if this
Give me
football shit
give me
was
1 second,
easy,
fellas. I'm gonna tag back in. I just got off, and I'm about to make it through this. We're
Okay.
snowed in up here. We're
Okay.
literally snowed in. So I'm still buried under the snow. So give me a minute.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
gonna
get what I'm
log back
saying.
in.
Take your time, man.
All right.
Listen, if anything was easy, like you know, then anybody will be doing it. The shit that's hard or that you need to do, they're gonna make it hard because they don't want you to do it. So even like when it comes to basic shit, football, like you say, your advocacy work, leading these youth, trying to get these buildings. You can't get a building to do a youth event, but like you say, they give you a building to do a baby shower, a party, and everything else. Soon you tell them you're doing something for the youth, or you got to go through this channel. These people got to sign off on it. They got to do this, and it's gonna be $200 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit crazy, man.
Holler at me on space. Holler at me on space though, because we got YH Thomas pretty much on lock for like stuff like that.
So to answer her question.
Anybody that do grant, hold on, Mike, let me cut you off. Anybody that do something with grants, man, please get with me because I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to do with these youth, and we need to get some grants so we got some funding to keep them moving and doing everything.
Did you do the paperwork yet, Robert?
Listen, I decided on my thing this year. I had a whole lot going on, and I dropped the ball. You remember I said I wanted everything to be on the ground by January. So by me dropping the ball, that shit gonna have to be pushed back to later. I ain't with no jinky dink ranking stuff. So the person I'm with, I'm gonna run with him one more year. I'm trying to get him some grants to help him get going, for some equipment and stuff and different things. But
I told you I would do your nonprofit paperwork for free. I told you I would do that.
No, listen, I've been so sick though, and I've been keeping it on the low because the world go on. I ain't got nobody keep time hearing what I got going on. I've been barely making it. That's why I say my staff and my family, I love them, man. They've been holding me down for the last couple of months. Like I've been going through it.
Well, just let me know what I always tell when I found out that my homegirl was going through, I said, listen, you don't have to suffer in silence. That's what we're here for, to carry one another when we can't, carry ourselves. And so when you're going through, just let me know. And whatever I can do on my own, I got you.
I know. When I need it, I'm hard-headed, but when and listen, my man right there, Mike, gonna say the same shit. My brother sitting right here listen. I'm getting better with it. I say that. I'm getting better with it. I'm getting way better with it. But Mike, I ain't want to cut you off. When I seen him saying grants, she said grants. That shit just ding, 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 ding. So I had to jump in.
I'm trying to work on mine as well. So, but I wanted to answer, give an answer to her question. Because this is another one that's kind of like dear to me. Like she asked why the other causes, because like if people can't get no like in today's day and age, if people can't get no flair, no like they don't get followers, people don't get fulfillment for doing the right thing no more. Like you have to give them something tangible they can touch, or they feel like they winning in the world in the eyes of other people, not what it feel like in their heart. So like when it come down to stepping up for a cause that like is really needed, but it ain't no flash to it, most people gonna act like they ain't hear you say nothing. I ain't hear you. Oh, I ain't know you was talking to me. But as soon as they say, hey man, we're gonna go shut down the interstate for a night, everybody can get on their phone and show people that's what they doing. Everybody gonna show up. They don't even know why they did it. They just show up because everybody else showing up.
Listen, they doing shit one or two things. It gotta benefit them some type of way. For me being a part of your bullshit, because that's what it is. If you don't support me, then you looking at this bullshit, or because I don't agree with a lot of shit people do, but I know they passionate about it, and I just support the person. I may don't support the movement, you know what I'm saying? So whenever they don't want to support something, whatever you're doing can't benefit them, can't elevate them, they don't gain nothing off it, so they have nothing to do with it. But they could be that person that take your little thing, well, I use a little thing, but take your thing you doing, they could be that one person to take it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like, we just use what we on here. We got this platform, right? And we doing just, I love just doing it forever. I ain't into the game, no money or whatever, none of that. I may have a friend or buddy, like Cat Williams got on Shannon Sharp, should have took it to the next level. Like it could be. I'm trying to think of somebody. I could have I just use Vic, and I'm not even going. I'm gonna just use Mike Vick. He could easily say, "Damn, G, I ain't know you was doing the show. Interview me. Let me get on there, and we're gonna take yours off, and I'm gonna share it." That one interview now gives me access to everything. I didn't ask you for money or dime or anything. You know what I'm saying? But people won't do that because they feel they gain nothing off that. But I also thought, and I always say that, that's why I hate these niggas when they come with their each one, teach one. Use a motherfucking lack. Each one half and one. That's what you do, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me with these cliche sayings and you don't do that. You don't preach that. Because I know I'm fucked up all the way around. I know I got flaws. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of things I should do on positive levels I could have access to. I don't. But I know what I do a lot. You know what I'm saying? So don't come to me with that bullshit and this, that, and the third. Like, I don't know, man. We gotta find ways to do better. Yeah, we all got personal lives. We got time. I can't jump on your train, his train. I got too many people I deal with. So if I support everybody, shit, I'm spread out deep thin. I'm done. I can't catch this one. I'm gonna catch you later. It should be no hard feelings. But if you my dog, and I ain't reshared your post, or I ain't came to nothing you had going on in 10 years. So what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
And then you'll walk past them and they'll be like, I seen your little podcast, you should put me on it. Bitch, kill yourself. I should punch you in your face for calling my shit your little podcast. Like that, and that's who people are. When you gonna put me on the
talk shit. Why we saying it, man? I don't care if he on it, he see it. We know we had that conversation with a nigga we grew up for 20, 30 years. And he straight kicked the shit off like it was some bullshit. And I told him, you're the most hating motherfucker it is because you want me to put your whole thing. And it's crazy. I just said that name. His whole thing, the podcast ain't worth shit until I put Vic Iverson and them niggas on. Well, if that's all you looking for, you need to find you another fucking podcast. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
Well, like, I think the community devalues a lot of people who are doing a lot of work, right? And I know I'm the community's most hated. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because I hold people accountable, and I will at you, and I will, I'll do all those things. But accountability is a major thing, and folks, like I said earlier, they do not want to be held accountable, and so folks definitely not coming around me because if you do some fuck nigga shit. And I give you the opportunity to cure. I say you got 3 times to get it right, and if you don't, then you become a predator of the community. And I gotta let my people know that there may be danger. If I find out you knew it was a snake outside, and you let me or my kids go outside, and you didn't tell me, we got a problem. I ain't got a problem with the snake right now. I got a problem with you because you became the snake. Because you didn't warn me. And so
you're more dangerous than the snake because I let my guard down around your head.
And people will be like, oh, I don't do that social media. I don't call people shit. Listen, don't the police put your name in them courts? That shit public as hell. Social media gonna be public as hell with your name. You do and I'm going to say it. I don't give a shit. Anything in the community when the dude wanted to come back out, thought he was gonna be out here around these children. I was like, I be damn, you will not come around these children. I'm gonna shut it all. I'm gonna shut it all down. Like I'm not playing with these people, especially with these children. And half these children groups out here, I wouldn't let my dog go to. People just let their kids go with anybody because they don't want to watch them themselves. It's nuts what we got going on in our community.
Yeah, but that's the community in the world we live in. Public disrespect, private apologies, and all that. No, apologize on that same platform you keep disrespecting me on.
Thank you. So I know it's real.
I could have got wrong. It's real. I could have, So accountability is a huge word. Will we ever live up to it? I don't know. It's just like we talked a couple episodes back. I think Mike, listen, I talk about it so much about those man fucking words, belief, faith, hope, and shit like that. Like people don't even understand how man fucking and how powerful those words are. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even gonna get into that. That open up. Yeah, that really fucks with your mind before you get into it.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
passive, man.
saying?
We're about that action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Hope never paid a bill, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, so all that stuff is just man, I could go on and on. And the
I
Richmond
wanted to
situation.
share
So
with you
what happened?
all, right quick
What?
though, that tomorrow I'm going to be speaking at the General Assembly because there is a bill that's and I'll put it on your chat because I can't remember to send it, but I just got it today. That what's up before our General Assembly is the age limit on which children can be tried in courts. And right now, the youngest child that has been tried is 6 years old. And so they're trying to get the limit to be at a statutory of 11. And it broke my heart that that the settling age would be 11 years old. I have a 16-year-old right now that is in courts for assault and battery that she did not commit. She was protecting herself. And I see how she does not understand. These children do not. If adults and lawyers
the adults don't understand that
don't,
shit when they get
thank
to
you.
talk.
And so, and we know that the brain does not fully develop until 25, 26. You're asking children who you know are not mentally capable to stand trial, and you want to do this at the statutory age that they agreed upon 11. And so
11. And then you know
right now,
the key phrase they're gonna hit them with. They're gonna say,
but right now,
is, you know,
there is no minimum age, and so they can go in at whatever age. And I'm just, you know, I watched how my daughter is deteriorating going through this court process, and it just brought me to tears that you know, when we bring these things out to the community. And we're needing folks to come in, like we need that General Assembly shut down. Like these people should be scared to do the things that they are doing because we know who is going to affect the most, right? But when we say, please come with us to the General Assembly, ain't nobody coming. It's a bunch of excuses. Then when Ray ass get locked up, you want us to put on the free Ray shirts and show all up in it. No, we could have prevented Ray from getting locked up when the bill was up, when we could have killed it. But
Right.
we don't like this. We don't like this. We don't like it. We hate it and we want to complain. And I just, you know, it kills me.
I just want to say this. I just want to say this to you, and it ain't being smart or funny or nothing. But why should they be scared? You said they should be scared to push that law. Why should they be scared?
Why should the General? I'm gonna tell you why.
We ain't gonna stand for nothing. We ain't gonna fight for nothing. They know they can do whatever they want.
I'm talking about in the pretense, if we were we the people. Because the highest form of government is not the president, it's we the people. If we were who we say we are, they should be scared. But the reason why they move the way they do is because they know we ain't coming.
Exactly.
They know we going to the alley. They know we still going to the alley at 45 and 50 years old.
Yeah. Listen,
but we ain't coming up to the General Assembly.
And that was my whole point. That's why they'll never be scared. Soon as we line up to get it, they know we're gonna do some marching before we get there. So when we doing the marching, they gonna put some free chicken sandwiches at Papa.
Thank you. And then we got the nerve to be mad we got the nerve to be mad at Republicans for doing what they supposed to do for their folks. They doing exactly what they supposed to do. I can't be mad at white folks for wanting to keep power. I can't be. I'm mad at us for not taking it.
They ain't gonna give it up.
Listen, if you had it, would you?
That's why they scared of the AI.
Listen, if you had power, would you give it up? No. All right then. So why we mad?
Listen, you open the can of worms that I talk shit about. The motherfuckers get mad at me about like. I mean, just do your history tell you. Whatever they want, they went and took. The same way if we wanted, that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to come together and took it. They came over here, they figured out, oh, these motherfuckers know how to grow this, they know how to do that. But shit, they done taught us everything we know. We don't need them. Let's give them some diseases, kill them, pull out the musket, shoot these niggas, go over here, do that. Take this with these niggas. Yeah, that was it. They pull out that musket, load the powder in there, and shoot these niggas, get them out the way, get them these blankets with these diseases on it. After they done taught us everything we need to know. That's what they did. They went around the whole world, and they want to tell you.
The word you said was history, right? And so, I told a young lady in Newport News, I said, listen, you have to, if you're gonna call yourself a leader, if you're gonna lead the people, you must go and learn the history, because what you're doing is you are ushering in the repeating of itself. If you want to really change things, you got to know what happened before, so it doesn't happen again. And so people are interested more in playing the game.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, I got to play the game the way the game is played." No, ma'am. Listen, if I'm gonna play a game, you best believe at the end of this game, we're gonna be the one that won. They don't have no plans. And they ushered in, like, the gentrification of Newport News. I watched it from, listen, if you were born in 79, we were 79 and before then, we were the last ones to experience what true community was in the community of Newport News, meaning the children could go wherever the hell they wanted to go. All our family knew each other. Won't nobody gonna touch them kids. It was drug dealers, and they won't gonna let nobody touch them.
We talk about that so much on this
right?
podcast here about the community. We talk about that so much on many episodes. Go ahead. It's funny you talk about that, and we talk about that a lot on here. Go ahead.
Listen, then I watched the police infiltrate Newport News with conspiracy. When the dope came, you know what I'm saying, when it went rapid, they turned families that had been friends and families forever against each other with conspiracy, right? And so I got to take my glasses off of this because it's serious. And so the deterioration started then, because now we can't trust one another no more. Everybody locked up, all the OGs gone that was keeping the kids off the street. Now we got kids that don't even understand, up until the day where they drilling and ain't even making no damn. They killing and they ain't even making it. They ain't got $20 between 37 of them. And so I'm upset at the police. You know, people talk about snitches and shit like this. I told this one man, he said, "Oh, I don't talk to him, he a snitch." I said, "Let me tell you something. Was he a working informant or did the police come?" He's like, "Oh, the police came." I said, "So all the time that y'all was out here in these streets, running the streets, did he ever tell on you a turncoat? Because he could have." And he's like, "No." I said, "So you let the fucking police come in between you and your man, and y'all ain't had no plan when the people was going, because you got to know that they coming. You got to know that they coming. So y'all ain't none of y'all smart enough to have had a plan for when they come, but you going to let the police turb you and your childhood friend who you know got your back because they ain't never tell on you and could have took your space at any time." They ain't look at it that way, right? And
Right.
so
See, that's the thing. You got to know when you pick that pack up. That's what you just said is the most thing. From the moment you pick up that first pack of pistol, you know they coming. You better know they coming. You die or they coming. Most niggas get comfortable because they didn't escape so much and they done did so much. They think, "Oh, I'm invincible. It ain't my time yet." Any given second is your time.
Any given second is your. And what makes you think that you so special that you ain't gonna get told? They've been a part of the game since day one, nigga.
Always been.
See, when I went in, I ain't never had a co-defendant. And for those of y'all don't know, I'm formerly incarcerated. When I got out there in them streets, I knew the law around what the hell I was doing, so they couldn't get me. I'm the gingerbread girl. When they caught me, they couldn't keep me out. You know, they wanted all these felonies that I got. I was able to give them back because I knew the law around what it was that I was doing. But I was white collar like a mug. But these people, you know, history, they won't learn history to know how they need to move forward. I knew history. I knew how they was coming. And so I beat them at their own game.
But see, that's what, as people, we gotta plan. You gotta have a plan. That's most people just jumping and doing shit. No plan, no reason, no strategy, no vision. Like it's five of us on here. I can't expect neither one of you to have my vision. It's for me to have my vision and me to push my vision amongst you. I can't let you deter my vision. I can't let you change my vision or none of that when I know it's right or my plan. But that's the problem with our people. They want this little group right here to be a group agreeing with everything they say, and they're willing to change so much shit till they done water down their product till it ain't no good no more to what they trying to do. You can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, Big G, a lot of people. Oh, my fault for cutting you off,
you
brother.
Good. No, you good. We just talking.
a lot of people also want to test their theories by using you. Ain't never did nothing a day in their life. They have this theory, right? But instead of testing their theory themselves, they'll push it on you. And you know, that's like putting a battery in your back. You know what I mean? Just charge you on up to go out here and do something stupid, untested, unproven, and stuff like that. Just to piggyback off what you're saying, man. But I see that a lot these days.
Yeah.
A whole
Listen,
lot.
bro, and I use this statement a lot, and it's just, you know, the taxes on being different is massive. And I done paid my price. I ain't scared to be indifferent. I ain't scared to goddamn tell you. I ain't scared to go against the grain. I ain't scared to stand alone. I ain't scared to be looked at as whatever you want to call it. That shit don't affect me no more. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be different because these motherfuckers that's following that trend, follow that shit. You going straight to nowhere. You better be different. You better be different. You better not be afraid to venture off to do. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I love being this close to 50, man. Because it's like shit, I'm grown. I done survived the street, survived prison, done business. I'm on my own space, man. And like the whole thing is to try to get the youngest, not just the youngest, but like the young adults to see, man, it's okay to do the right thing. That shit they talking about on them songs and in the movies and all that. That shit is make believe, man. Real life is they just to make money off of us, man. Like that shit is corny for real.
Yeah, mad corny.
Man.
We're once again they done put the battery in our back. They done put that pack on us. You know what I mean? And got us going out doing crazy stuff, man. Blind following at that.
At some point in time, we got to separate the bullshit from reality. Like half of these motherfuckers that get on these nerves and talk these, man, it's just like a movie. You know what I mean? You know that shit when you watch shit. John Clark killed 20 niggas in a one room. You know that shit ain't real. So when your boy get on there, he done told you he done flipped 1,000,000 bricks, and you done see him all year. No, he ain't sold a fucking shit. Like, come on, man. Like, we gotta separate reality, but it's us. It's all on. Listen, like we always say, that shit started, like I used earlier, that shit started on so much shit that we, excuse my language, the cussing, but that it starts on so much stuff that we glorify. Like I said, we glorify the dope boy swag, the dope boy mentalities. We glorify the niggas coming home from jail. We glorify the niggas doing this. We glorify. But look at all the shit we glorify.
Everything
the motherfuckers
wrong.
that's doing the right thing, that's pushing the right way and doing all that, we have nothing to say about. We lead them over there. He think he better than us. He think he just done the third.
Yeah.
When a motherfucker go to jail, like, and not being funny, so I just know from personally knowing a lot of us on this thing have been to jail a couple times, this done the third. When we come home, we get some love. We get that love. Think about somebody in your family that came home from the university and telling you, listen, I got a way we could do this and we could do that. What they say? Ain't I think about his ass, man. He think he's better than everybody else. Just imagine.
Right.
You half of that money you kick in, little Pookie, when he come home every year or every 6 months for doing these stupid crimes, you take half of that money invested into Johnny. They got the education. How better off will we be? Because the main thing, Johnny need to start. He know what he need. He got the vision. Now he need a little boost to get going. But we won't get him the boost. We're gonna get a nigga the boost to go get the pack, to flip the money, to go do this, that, and the third.
And crash.
So at the end of the day, we roll all the way around. Accountability. Where we gonna start? We gotta start somewhere.
Right.
This is start.
Get the income tax. They're gonna take it to that same dirty nigga that fuck up and supposed to be flipping their money every year and fuck it up. And you keep taking the money and he fucking it up. This year he got a better plan and you fall for it and let him fuck it up. Bring it to me, let me fuck it up. I'm gonna put it in these kids' hands and let them fuck it up then.
Right.
You want to put somebody's hands to fuck up.
You know, there's a you know, we tell our children that if you just do right, you know, right will happen. But that's not always the case. And so we have to prepare our children for anything that can happen, right? Because you know, with my daughter's case, she did what she was supposed to do. She went to school, and now she got a case. My oldest daughter, same thing. She went to school, graduated college, like I told her to, went in the military, still ended up in some shit. I mean, we got them out of it, but just doing the right thing don't always yield that you will not get into some shit, but you got to know how to maneuver once it happens. That's why I tell folks that you should be involved with some level of advocacy so that when something happens, you got people that'll come to your aid. And a lot of advocacy groups are not that, but find you some folks that's out here that's really doing the work, that when something pop off, that somebody's coming. I'm a part of movement. We don't have movement here in Virginia, and it's crazy because it's movement in Maryland, DC, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. It's all around us, but Virginia doesn't, it doesn't play well. That's what I'm hearing, because I'm a national advocate. And they said Virginia doesn't play well. Our folks do not we won't even get in the sandbox with other folks. And so we are not too far removed from 1619. And our Black folks are the ones that's getting in the way of progress. You all were talking about, the fathers earlier today, and I was talking to somebody about black mothers, and I'm a mother who has raised, Black sons. And what I did was, when me and my husband had divorced and he wouldn't help me, I made sure that there was respectable men that would help me with my son. You know what I'm saying? I could not raise him to be a man, and I won't gonna try. But there were men in the community that said that we will be responsible for your son and make sure that he gets to where he needs to get to. And I wasn't afraid to ask that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid. I wasn't gonna let the streets have my son. And so, he went through college, he graduated with a double degree, and he has, men who are willing to look out for him, even now at 24 years old, that's helping him with his career. And so for us women that are single, don't be afraid to ask somebody to help you. In fact, you owe it to your son to make sure that he has, good male mentors that will be accountable and responsible for him in the ways that we can't, that we can't show up. I ain't no man. Like I can't tell you about no wet dream. I can't tell you how puberty affects you.
How much you dress, act like, and strap up. I don't care how big you bag. You are not a man.
That part. And I see a lot of Black mamas and I see a lot of Black mamas with the shits out here, especially on social media. We can talk all day and say we love, and I'm not my kid's best friend either. That's my best friend. What? I'm their mother.
That's so. Listen, that's so. Whoo.
I'm their mama.
I could go on that best friend with my child shit. That creates a whole lot of the problems right there.
No, man. If you your child's best friend, I promise you your child ain't getting what they need.
Nope, not at all. Because you're going to have a problem saying no when no is needed.
You want to make them feel good all the time.
You're going to make them feel good. And to piggyback off of what you were saying, Bakor, I say this because I got to get ready to go. Because once again, I just got in from work tonight, and I still got. I'm the single dad, so I got to get my. But to piggyback off what you was just saying, Bakor, a couple years ago in the Urban League here, I got the Father of the Year award. I was in the Father Initiative program, stuff like that. And I don't pat my own back about being a father because I don't pat my heart for beating. That's what I'm supposed to do. I accept it, but I ain't gonna pat my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
my own.
We gotta start doing that some more, man. We gotta start recognizing it and be grateful for what we do, even though it's what you're supposed to do. Shit, man.
A lot of people ain't doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, you're right. But to say that, and I remember the little speech I gave them and stuff like that. And one of the things that I say I failed my kids in with is this. Even though I'm raising 2 boys and 1 girl, I did not give them the mother figure in the household ever. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, your kid's gonna be all right. I said, hopefully, because that's a great injustice. that I've done for my children, and I can recognize that. There's a great injustice because they do need that balance. You know, I'm firm, strict. I got kids get all A's. My daughter graduating 2 years early with honors this year. You know,
Mhm.
and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? But like I tell folks, somewhere down the line, that deficiency is going to hit them. You know what I mean? That void where I could not feel for them is going to hit them. And I tell everybody like this, like how the sister just said, for women that's raising young men, they need, if they don't have a father, they need a steady father figure. And advice that I'm giving myself in retrospect. And to the men, if you raising, for the men that's raising kids on your own, you need to give those kids a mother figure too.
We both
Mhm.
complete the kids. They need both.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
They need both.
the women gonna teach them the nurture, the emotions, and the whatever. The men is gonna lay down law and order, stern accountability, and make them drag. So
Right.
they're gonna lack something, even if you try to give it. But don't start me up now because these women don't want to do this shit. You know?
Listen, I'm telling you, as a black woman, there's a deficit because we're not raising our girls to be wives either. And so, like,
don't start me on that neither. You know,
you know, and I have two girls, and I have my stepdaughter, who I call my, you know, she's my own. I had her since she was 9, and you know, she's all of them. You know, they graduated from college and things like that, want their careers and things like that. But I instilled in them what it is that, you know, in being a wife, being a good mother. And still, if you want to, you know, pursue your career and things like that, do not neglect your godly purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so, and folks that get all upset, what you mean, you know, purpose, our purpose is not just, I said, you don't have to just be, but you need to be able to be a wife if you want a good husband. You want a good husband, you got to be able to be a good wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
see, man,
Right.
y'all
So
gonna
we
make me
got
go on
all
and on.
these
I'ma
single
just say
women.
we can't be good wives and good relationships because nobody want to give up the single behavior and the single activities. You
Right.
can't be a wife still moving like the single. It's boundaries, respects, and levels to the shit. That's on men and women. If you want to act single and do all that single
Be
shit,
single.
prepare your ass and be single. Like,
Yeah.
and then nowadays, I say it all the time, cuz you know you've been on the show. Nowadays, we look for the quickest reason to say why this shit ain't gonna work instead of finding that one reason to fight for the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So this day of society, man, I'm just being honest. It's all about being ratchet hoes, city girls, and fuck boys that who can fuck the most bitches to make them feel like something. Like,
It's
at
disgusting.
the end of the day, you still going home. Somebody said today is my birthday. I'm 36. Congratulations. But listen, so at the end of the day, 36, Holy Ghost. But listen, at the end of the day, you still got to deal with yourself. All that don't make a difference, man. Like, and what you were saying about raising the women, like, yeah, because who's sitting down teaching the young girls to be girls? When they get together with all the older girls, they see more ratchet, crazy shit than they see when they with they wild teenage girls.
Okay.
And then they just see more ways to hide the shit and more ways to manipulate niggas to get what they want. So nobody teaching. As far as being a young lady, that shit is out the window.
Yeah.
You ask a little girl what it mean to be a young lady and see what them answers you get.
Mm-hmm. And the little boys, because you know I'm a barber, so I deal with the little kids and the little young men and all the time stuff like that. Because you're correct, Rob. But also with the little boys, what I'm finding out is this: little boys are being stair stepped because you might have a 13-year-old little boy, right, who's getting drugs and guns from a 16-year-old boy, who's getting drugs and guns from a 19-year-old boy, who's getting drugs and guns from a 20-something and 30. You know what I mean? It's sort of stair stepping down too. But you ask these same little boys the same question you just had, what it takes to be and stuff like that. These little boys, man, we thought we was bad with Snoop Dogg and all that, man. These little dudes, these little guys off the hook, bro. I'm like, why?
They want switches on guns. They wanted this. They wanted third down. Listen, so the generation has no respect. They don't fear nothing. No respect. No morals. No guidance. But when you create a fucking monster, You can't be mad when you let it loose. You know what I'm saying?
When
We
the
created
dog
that
don't want to
shit
be
from this
around Ray
generation.
Ray, it's a problem. When
Yeah.
the
We
dog
created that
run.
shit from everybody wanting their
Yeah.
kid to be entitled. Back to what we said about the community. Because now
Hold
when
on.
Lil Ray Ray was cutting up, Miss Johnson can't
Go ahead,
say,
take it
stop
downstairs.
doing that, boy. I'm gonna tell your mama when she get home. Because now the mama gonna come home. Don't fucking talk to my son. I'll bust your fucking head. Blah, blah, blah. They more ratchet than
Jabari.
me. So, well, I mean, what we talking about? Where we gonna start at? Where
Then
we gonna
when
start
Ray
at?
Ray done shot a little baby, now you want the free Ray Ray. They ain't doing right. They ain't doing right. No,
Like,
Ray
listen,
Ray got to go.
So listen, we had the police on here, and it was about different. I forgot what was the initial talk. It was about being black and being a police officer. So we
I
wanted to
saw
understand.
that one.
Listen, so a
I
lot
did
of people
too.
like you got the police on here. I'm like, listen, bro, don't come to me. Now you may have your reason why you don't deal with the police or this, then the third, but don't tell me you don't fuck with the police, right? Because soon as you tell me you don't fuck with the police, I don't want you to call the police when them niggas down the street get on your ass and you scared. You don't fuck with them, right?
Listen,
So
when the
don't fuck with them.
defund, listen, and I'm gonna tell you something about that. So when the defund the police movement came in, and folks got to be very cognizant around narratives of programs that sound good, right? Everybody was like, "Yeah, we gonna defund the police." I said, "Well, let me tell you. First of all, I was like one of the ones that I wasn't with ending cash bail, and I wasn't with defund the police." And everybody looked at me like I had 17 heads, and they was like, "How could you formerly incarcerated? How could you not be?" I said, "Because if they defunded the police when I was out there, I'm coming for you. That's why." Nigga, like I get this. Like you don't understand how vulnerable.
It's some real wolves out here. And
it's some wolves out here. Y'all talking about defund the police and everybody ain't eating yet? I'm coming for you. And I ain't never robbed no, but I was on businesses like nobody. Listen, okay, I will get you, but I know people that was taken from folks, and the minute you defund them, they coming. And don't call my organization because we ain't helping. And the reason why I wasn't with in the cash bail is because what that did, well, it sounded good in theory, right? But they didn't read. They ain't hear the rest of the part is that the prosecutors will have to be the one to decide if you get out. And it created a system where there would be more policing. So now you either had to go to pretrial or some other kind of oversight mechanism. With your bondsman ain't bothering you. They don't give a shit unless you don't come back to court. But them pretrial, I hated pretrial. That lady did not like me and she violated me. And so I don't want that type of policing where I could potentially get another charge while I'm on bond. So, and my bondsmen, both of my bondsmen are on my page. They supported me throughout all of the shit that I went through. They were my biggest champions and they support me to this day. Whatever I want to do, they support me. And that was what it was that was needed. You needed somebody that really cared. And half the time it's not those pretrial people. It's some folks that really understand that's close to the street. Bondsmen are close to the street. You know what I'm saying? They get it. They get it. What's going on out here?
Lord have mercy, you brought it back. You brought it back for me. You said the bondsman in pretrial, Lord Newport News, Virginia.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my. Thank you. Okay. It was the worst.
Yeah. But look, y'all. Thank y'all for having me up here tonight, man. It's past 9:30, man. I'm be Big G, tag me in, man, every single time, man. Corey, I'll see you online. And Taz, man, I remember you, bro, man. You a little older than me, man. I remember you, man, from back in the day, man. Y'all be safe, man.
You
All
too.
right.
Peace, brother.
All right, peace.
All right. Yeah. What'd you say, Joe? Let me see. Huh. Oh, there you go. I knew you was gonna start talking. We started talking about them laws. Joe said, yeah, it's like you don't know it's illegal to take your mug shot before a conviction.
Well, you know, because they're not supposed to have any of your intellectual property. But what they do is that they will finesse you and be like, well, you going in the hole. Just like with the TB, they'll want to give you the TB shot. And I told them I'm not taking the TB shot. And they was like, well, you going in the hole. And so I went in the hole. And the same thing with the vaccines when, you know, COVID, I was not taking any vaccines or whatever. So, you know, they'll use those mechanisms and they won't let you buy your canteen. it's crazy what they do to get you to coerce you into turning over your intellectual property, which is DNA, your fingerprints, your mugshot, hair samples, all of that stuff. You know, they'll completely cut you off and you won't eat in there. So, you know, it compels people to do, you know, what they do, it like incriminate. But that goes to why we're not showing up at the General Assembly. Like, we know things like this and we won't show up to hold them accountable and say, look, we don't want this thing.
Listen,
I think the public
it's a
needs more
movement.
education. Education on what the General Assembly is and what they
What
do.
you're doing, it's a lot of people that don't even know the type of work you're doing or the people.
Right.
My bad, I'm looking
But
at
it's a lot of people that do. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm
gonna just say, here, let me just say this real quick. So this is something that's big I've been speaking on for 10 years, maybe longer. And so many people be with it. You know, the city of Newport News got one of the biggest lawsuits in the world that we will push the envelope for. All the harbor homes,
The
these
coal-
really circled
the
that
coal
coal
mine.
mine shit.
Man,
For
that
all
shit
the
is
people that
crazy,
had them
man.
black screen doors and all them asthma and all this shit, man, that lawsuit is undeniable. Once you get
let's
everybody
talk about it, because y'all know I do environmental justice. Y'all know I do
Yeah.
that. So
Man,
let's talk about that,
ADHD,
right?
all that shit. Like being exposed to that, like being exposed to lead and any type of that type of material is gonna lead
So
to
listen.
ADHD. And it leads to
So-
violence,
so-
man.
So D say he looked into it. He say the coal company paid the city some money. There's already some money available in case something like this come up. It's already there. I'm telling you, I've been saying this.
No. So, like, I'm extremely intimately involved with the Department of Environmental Quality, and I was the former president of the EPA's Environmental Justice Academy, and like I'm also the Stewardship and Engagement Chair for the Chesapeake Bay program. So I'm intimately involved in all of this stuff. So with the coal dust, and let's talk about it. So with coal dust, the particulate matter that is emitted from coal dust is PM10, and so it's bigger than PM2, which is emitted from cars. And so PM2 is going to be the one that gets in your lungs. All of it will get in your lungs, but when we're talking
PM2,
about
like the sun and the smoke from the
PM2.5, yes, particulate matter, smog, all of that, emissions, all of that stuff. And so when you look at, once you know that and you look at Newport News and how it's positioned between two interstates, you got boats, you got cars, you got a whole bunch of traffic, and transportation is the number one cause of air pollution, right? And so if we know that, then the absorbent asthma and other respiratory diseases to also include heart disease and dementia, it's going to come from the thing that causes the most harm. And the thing that causes the most harm is the transportation. We can't escape it. And I bet you if you ask anyone down there, since they care so much about the air quality, are you willing to give up your car? What you think the answer going to be? Nope.
No, nigga.
And so hold on. And so the coal depot is the target because you can see it. You can see the coal that was flying everywhere or whatever the case may be. However, I can't blame it's grandfathered in, and the coal depot has not violated any of its contractual agreements to the city of Newport News. The problem I see legally, because on that side, is that the people who failed to protect the residents of Newport News is not the coal. It was your city council. It was your council who had a fiduciary responsibility to the residents of Newport News to keep them safe, and they did not.
She did. Girl that got paid from off that coal factory. Telling you, man.
And so
she kept missing work.
It's a lot of people got a lot of stories about this thing, right? And I think it was one person, and that person had kind of like, they said that she had lost like a half of a lung or something like that. But it cannot, the problem is being able to pinpoint exactly if your situation came from
coal,
the coal depot, particulate matter from transportation, some other matter, some heredity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
There's so many factors.
and here goes the other thing. Here goes the other part, y'all, that's crazy to me. So everybody up there mad about the coal depot, right? Everybody. Yes. It was, but y'all sat there and built up another community right beside the same place and a restaurant and a daycare. What is wrong with y'all? Like, when you go to do a lawsuit and you say, oh, this thing was bad and it caused all of this harm. And I would say, if I was the people that y'all was suing, I would say to you one thing. Well, why y'all put people right by it again? Why y'all build a restaurant? What y'all eating, cold dust fish sandwiches?
Man.
And so make it make sense. See, that's what I'm talking. And I watched it be ushered in. And when Bobby Scott came, he said, "You the only person." He said, "You the only person that made that point." And I'm like,
see, this is stuff my dad used to be into, but like you said, when I was younger, this shit went over my head. I remember going to city council meetings, going to this, and young, you don't care nothing about that. But shit, it's a big difference.
It's the most important.
Y'all got to be careful about the advocates that y'all got that's smiling. If you listen, Betty, was it Betty Wright in the No Pain No Gain? She said you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. That means politician too. A lot of these people out here just smiling because they want something from the city, meaning money, grant, whatever it is. They ushered in, you had a community advocate that ushered in gentrification, and as soon as they got what they wanted, they cut it off. Just like the Innovation Center. They got everybody to say, when you hear somebody say, here go the buzzwords, I'm so excited. We're so excited about what's happening. And this is that and the third. It's going to bring jobs. Those are buzzwords. That's when your radar, your antenna should go off like a motherfucker and be like, okay, here come the bullshit. Because they'll let it run for a couple of years and get the black people all brought in. Oh, this is great. We're going to have this and that. Then when they got you, it's hook, line, and sinker. And that's been the history all of our lives. Since I say, when has the government ever saved black people?
Never.
So why the hell we still talking about what they gonna do for us?
And listen, in the words of DMX, never, motherfucker.
It's crazy how we get up here and they'll know which one to pick. They'll know which Negro to pick. And they'll get up there like Step and Fetch and just bring all the people, because they got this nice little silent, this little mild-mannered voice. They always smiling and, yeah. Y'all expecting the wolf to show up as the wolf. No, the wolf got on the sheep outfit.
The shepherd outfit.
Listen.
But when I show up, they think I'm the wolf.
The wolf and the fox got the same agenda, just different mannerisms and how they approach it.
Listen, when I show up, they think I'm the wolf.
Which one you quicker to allow in your presence? The fox. They're gonna do the same shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, look, folks don't know what is what because they think that I'm the fucking wolf. She just want to talk. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to save y'all lives. I'm trying to save you from yourselves. Right. I watched
anybody that's loud and voices about their opinion, they're gonna be scared of anyway.
But like, what is this loud? What is this loud? What is this?
Because
and
I'm not even talking about talking loud. I'm just talking about loud in the process. You're going to continue doing the work. You're going to constantly push. They are scared. They don't like those type of people. You're going to do what's supposed to be. You're going to put it on the platform to it to be seen. You ain't gonna just talk about it. Like you say, you're gonna tag them, you're gonna add them. That's loud. You know what I'm saying? They don't like those type of people. They want you to be quiet when you have an issue with us. Talk about that. Talk about that offline amongst your friends that nobody that matter will see. Because as long as you talk about that with Kiki, Ray, and in the barbershops, These counselors not gonna see that shit. But you put it online as a kid, the right person might see it. You might make the right person start thinking.
This is true. And you know, I still got to, you know, want the answer to, if it was so bad for y'all folks in Newport News, why y'all build another community and put people right back in the same place that y'all said was poisoning the fuck out you? And then you build a daycare. Let's look at this. I want y'all to really understand and look at this. So you got the new apartments that's right by the Coal Depot. Now you got a daycare. So those children are super exposed because they never leave that environment. They at home and they in the daycare. They are super exposed to this so-called toxin that this coal dust kills. But y'all build you consciously put a daycare center there.
Shit, school, daycare, live there, community center there. So they there all day.
Make it make sense. Please, somebody help me make it make sense, please. And I'm gonna give you one other one. Like early up in the year, the General Assembly put an ad in the paper saying that we having not the General Assembly, I'm sorry, City Council put an ad in saying that they was having the City Council meeting that Tuesday on the raises that they was giving themselves, right? So that wasn't enough time for folks to really get their mind, and not saying that people would come, but it definitely wasn't enough time for people to get their stuff together between Saturday and Tuesday to understand what this meant. So my organization scurried up in an emergency and said, okay, we need to do a Zoom for Newport News residents to explain the full budget of the city of Newport News. And because I got a campaign and policy director. And he went through all of the salaries of those that are working for the city. You all have absorbent. Why is your police chief making the same amount of money as the police chief in New York City? Explain to me. Why Howard Gwynn making almost $300,000? How are you going to be able to afford these salaries when Newport News is not a tourist attraction? So the only way the city can make its money to continue to afford those absorbent salaries is through increases in property taxes and other tax revenue. And police, meaning policing. But you know what, black folks, you ain't got to worry about it too much longer because they have to get y'all asses up out of there anyway. The white people want their property. So, like, we sat here and watched all of this, and I was yelling. I was yelling as loud as I could to give people this information, and nobody wanted to hear it. Nobody, it was just easier to go along with the get along and get the hot dogs and get the little backpack. See, what I already said, my organization will never do a back to school drive. Want to know why? Because we will not coddle and we will not encourage impoverished mindsets. You know, every year that Lil Ray Ray and everybody else is going to school every year. We know schools start every year. You mean to tell me your trifling ass can't go to the Dollar Tree? Mind you, because kids ain't even got books no more. So you ain't paying no book fee. You can't go to the Dollar Tree and buy crayons. And Walmart got the crayons 10 cents a box. And you can't go there and do that. We will not encourage impoverished mindsets and keep up with these and they just love back to school drive and what is it? The book bag. If parents won't buy their kids book bags and school supplies, they trifling, and I said it, and they sorry as hell, and we should not tolerate that. And the children deserve better than that. We coddle it, we encourage it, and we support it. And that's why we don't have nothing.
I totally listen, man. It's so much we encourage and entitle and allow people to get away with. I gotta get up here in a minute too. I ain't put my groceries up. I ran in early. I forgot when it came on at 8 instead of 9, and I still got this stuff sitting. I keep looking at. Listen, man. As a people, you logged on from another phone?
No, am I on twice?
I
Oh,
ain't
Lord.
added though. You
Hold
cool.
on.
It's cool. I ain't added, so you cool. Well, your old one must have kicked off. Let me add. Hold on. Should have added the other one back. Yeah, the one you just took off was froze. But you know what I'm saying? As people, man, it's a lot of stuff we gotta church. But this is why I like my podcast, because we can talk about mad subjects to enlighten people on. And I'm quite sure as the conversation go on, some things some people ain't want to hear, but it's some things everybody learns something and got something to digest on and go on to the next level with. Like I said, I gotta get in here and get off here, put these groceries up. I can spend my money. I can't let them go bad. I thank all y'all that's been in the comments. I'm sorry. Listen, I had one second I had clicked them off. I don't know, my thing was kicking everybody off. Somebody had Marty back. Yeah, my thing's kicking everybody off. So yeah, we could definitely do a part 2 and chop it up. I forgot to go to the comments. I had clicked off and to look at something else. And when I got back to them, it was a bunch of comments. And I like to do the comments just like the people on the show. When you comment, I try to put it on the screen because a lot of people don't want to get on here. And I know my mama gonna fuss me out on just seeing she commented twice. And she don't never say nothing. So I don't get fussed out about that. I love you, baby. I'm gonna call you in a minute. Shoot, my mama got me all over. But listen, so we definitely this the purpose of the podcast is to genuine conversation. Like we talked about several different topics. You may not like them all, you may don't agree with something, but I'm quite sure one of them topics you learn something or you got a different view, a different opinion. Even if it's to go at it to try to attack it another way, you still learn something. So that's the point of the show. And as I'm gonna get more open with it, like you say, it's time to keep having those uncomfortable conversations with different people. That's the only way we can get ahead and we can get better. As long as you're comfortable, you ain't doing much. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ruffle some feathers, you gotta do some things. You don't you? All right. Yeah, so you gotta do some things to ruffle some feathers, man. Just like I said, and that church thing was perfect because whenever you're talking about religion, this one ruffle feathers anyway. Everybody got different views or whatever. So my purpose, and I did it on point. Purpose, like I simply asked my church people what he did wrong. I wanted to ruffle some feathers because everybody quick to jump on the wave and attack and this, that, and the third. So I just wanted to say, according to you and what you believe, that pastor's supposed to do X, Y, Z. And according to his book and his word and what he believed, he did X, Y, Z. You don't like his delivery? You don't like his approach? You don't like it because you felt you should have talked to the girl one-on-one? Well, shit, look at this day of society. She's 16, I'm just going somewhere else. Y'all get mad at me. 16 pregnant. So now you say he's supposed to talk to her one-on-one. Then a year later, he tried to sexually harass me or this, that, and the third. No, he did it the way he's supposed to do it, out in the open, because she said she wanted to confess and talk to the church, and he went on from there. Y'all got mad because that's what she wanted to do, because that's how she feel they do it in their religion, and they confess their sins and move forward. And all he told us was, that's good. Just don't wait next time. You confess and you can repent right then and there. Don't wait. And I believe what he was going to say, but the people started clapping or whatever, because you can wait and try to confess and repent saying you're going to do it Friday. Friday is not promised. You know what I'm saying? So them 3 days you waited, you waiting to Friday, you may not make it to Friday. Now you waiting to repent and you ain't got a chance. So now you, as they believe, now you burn in the lake of hell, lake of fire. As my daddy always said, man, you got one goal first. That's to save yourself. If you believe in that type of shit, excuse my language, but if that's what you believe, you got to save yourself. Repent, move on. That's what the man told her. So his delivery could have been different. But I don't expect you to understand his delivery when you mad because he talking to her about sleeping around, and that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no different than me getting mad because he telling the people you should eat small portions on your plate Hey man, now you gotta load my plate up. That's what I, you know.
Well, what's the difference between that when parents show up at the school and whip the hell out their kids? What's the difference?
I wish I had a word. I wish I had. Listen, I'm thinking.
Look, social service say you ain't supposed to beat your kids. So like, but I'm gonna turn mine up. I'm gonna tell that ass,
Right.
I don't care. I don't care who approved, don't, and put me on social media. I'm gonna say I did it.
I
It
remember
was
that was
me.
big when we was in school. When that stuff started coming up big, I remember my dad was fussing with time to get a whooping, and I told him, I said, "This was social service." He said, "I don't care what they said. Once I put it on you, they can't take it off. And I'm gonna put it on you. Let me tell you that. I'm putting it on you."
Ah!
I said, "You right? I'm just telling you what they said in school. I ain't gonna repeat that no more." Yeah, I learned the hard way. Bring social service in here. I'm gonna give you another one right in front of.
And you know, sometimes with stuff like that type of reproach, I remember Dr. Stiff, and I don't know if folks remember Dr. Stiff when I was pregnant at 15. Dr. Stiff, Leroy Stiff, he was my pediatrician. Well, his wife was my pediatrician. He was my gynecologist. I was pregnant at 15 years old, and he said to me, "You gonna drop out of school and keep having children." And you know, I didn't want to disappoint him. You know what I'm saying? So I graduated early and I finished, and he said, "I'm so proud of you." And folks thought that he got bad bedside manners. That level of disappointment that he had in me, I needed that because I didn't want to disappoint folks. You know, I had already felt shame, but I needed that. I felt it as a level of care that he was like, "Please don't throw your life away." When he told me that, and I didn't, and he was proud of me when I graduated and didn't have any more children. And folks get, they get into stuff and they don't ask questions. Like before folks had made their own assumptions. Damn, you gonna ask the man a question? He probably was trying to stop somebody else from doing that. I know I was sat down and I was grown when the church sat me down, and I had to sit in the back of the church, couldn't be in the choir or nothing. I was grown with my second child. You know,
the only thing I say about this with the church, right? And you can't, the same way we're gonna. Well, once again, she asked to come up, so but the same way we're gonna put that pressure on her about we don't celebrate that, you don't see it, you don't supposed to do that. Like when we gonna start addressing Milton crazy. When we gonna start addressing these homosexuals like that? You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to talk about them mugs running all around the church, doing all that. But you quick to call out as you would say, the homemongers and the male whores and this, that, and the third.
You called out the alphabet people. Oh,
yeah, address that over there. Because don't your book say something about that? So if she pregnant out of wedlock and she shouldn't be up there doing this because she's pregnant, then he over there, he like them men's and she like them girls.
The men's.
Yeah, so why they directing the choir on the usher board? Yeah, you want to bring them back, so you ain't gonna kick them out of the church, but you need to sit down over there. You need to sit down over there with the regular folk. You don't need to be doing nothing in charge of it. If that's what you saying according to your church. Hey, Milt, you're a fool though. He did tell her, don't touch that community table though.
Milton terrible. Milton terrible.
Hey, but listen, y'all. I thank y'all. Hey, listen. So we got to get out of here tonight. I'm about to end it. As y'all know, every time I end it with my same little saying: "May the wind always be at your back, and the sun always upon your face, and may the wings of destiny carry you aloft to dance with the stars." Until next time, keep listening with pleasure. Thank you, Bakura. Thank you, Marty. Thank you for everybody who's in the comments. Mike V, I know you had to go to work. I meant to say that before you got off. JT, I know you just got in and it was late. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm about to end the screen now. All right, so the screen is